2016, the year of big budget, incredibly hyped and more disappointing movies. Finding Dory was okay. Today we're talking Conjuring 2. Based on the apparently true story of the Enfield haunting, which occurred in England between 1977 and 1979, we follow the two paranormal investigators we followed in the first film, the Warrens. They go to England to help the Hodgson family, who are experiencing all sorts of paranormal activity in their new house. Now, sequels generally aren't received as well as the first film, especially if the first film is loved and it's a big classic. People are usually a lot tougher on it. I'm going to say this straight off the bat. I think the sequel to this film may be better than the original. James Wan returns to direct the sequel, and he really shows that he knows what he's doing with these movies. He knows what he's doing with horror. A few weeks ago we reviewed the Blair Witch Project and I had a little rant about having meaningless jump scares in movies. Don't get me wrong, Conjuring 2 has jump scares, but they're justified. Things are happening. One of the aspects of this film I really liked was usually in horror films, especially with possession and ghost stories, the character that's being possessed is usually the only one experiencing it, and at least for a while everyone around them thinks they're either making it up or, you know, they don't really believe them. In this film they experience a few paranormal things going on in the house. There's some weird noises, there's some things moving, and what do these people do? They call the police. Good job guys, they used the phone. Now what I really liked about this is when the police came, they experienced it immediately. They got to the house and the first thing they saw was a chair moving across the floor with no one touching it, and I liked how the officers just went this and left. I think I enjoyed this film a lot more than the first one because it was set in England, especially in 70s England. Everything's a bit more vintage, the colour scale's a bit more grey. It really enhances the horror of the movie. It really worked well. The set pieces are fantastic. Everything had character in it. In this film, James Wan really showed that he knows what he's doing, especially from the first film to the second, because they're not really too different in what they're trying to achieve. They are both possession stories, but he manages to do them so well and so different to each other without exploring new territory that in itself is an achievement. This has definitely been one of the better films of 2016, not just one of the better horror films, but one of the better films in general. There's been a lot of disappointments this year. I'm glad I saw this film. I'm going to give it a sweet rating, 4 out of 5. Good job. Peace.